And a good evening, everybody, and welcome to Abingdon, Illinois. Here, the beautiful facilities here at A-Town High School. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH, as we are ready for some football. First time in quite a while that we're talking football, as the A-Town Tornadoes have been on the road the last couple of weeks, and now we are back here in Abingdon, ready to go for an excellent matchup here tonight between A-Town Tornadoes and the Annawan-Wethersfield Titans. And this should be a fun one here this evening. Annawan-Wethersfield comes into this ball game 3-1, fresh off of a win. They've won 2 in a row, as their last win against Monmouth United, and it wasn't even close, a 35-0 thumping over Monmouth United. Their other win in this 2-game winning streak was against Rushville Industry, a 29-20 win in that contest. Things have not been as easy for A-Town here this season. 4 straight losses to start the season, although their offense did show a little bit of promise in the last contest, as they scored 20 points, but in the losing effort 38-20, as they did outscore Rushville Industry in the second half 14-6. However, they gave up 32 points in the first half, and that was too big of a deficit to overcome. Last time we were on the broadcast, it was a tough one, as the home opener saw the A-Town Tornadoes fall to South Fulton 13-0 in a game that was really just marred by mistakes for A-Town. A-Town would get things going, and especially near the end of that first half, they were running down the field, but then a couple of false start penalties just kind of killed that drive, and then they gave up the onside kick, of course, to start the second half, and that just kind of was a punch in the gut that they were unable to recover from, and they ended up losing 13-0 in that contest. Went on to lose to Stark County the week after that, 35-0. So seeing 20 points on the board in the last game is certainly a positive thing, and we'll see if they can carry that positive momentum into this one here against Annawan-Wethersfield. Although Annawan-Wethersfield is certainly going to be a very tough opponent here this evening, as it looks like A-Town about to take the field here. We got about a minute and a half left on the clock. I think we will have some time to take a timeout here, but a big shout out to Alyssa, our camera girl, as she is moving the camera around here, making things look wonderful here as always. And a shout out to my one and only brother here, Jackson, on the he's going to be my statistician here this evening, so we appreciate him coming on and helping us here for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. As you see the football team getting ready to run through the paper there in the end zone. Always a fun scene. Friday Night Lights, there's nothing better than it here in Abingdon, as the A-Town Tornadoes about to take the field here in Abingdon. And I'm looking forward to this matchup. Now, I was watching the pregame warm-ups here earlier this evening, and I got to tell you, Annawan-Wethersfield, they've got a really, really good quarterback. Dylan Horry was throwing some missiles, and if he is their starting quarterback, which according to the 2-deep roster that they sent me, it is indeed going to be Dylan Horry, and he has a very good arm. Very excited to see that here this evening. But then I'm also looking at the other side of the ball. You look at A-Town, their offense, Kellen Hook and Drew Scheckler. Those were the two guys that we saw in the home opener that were able to get the ball moving down the field. And even though they didn't score, they didn't get in the end zone during that home opener while we were here on TSSR. We did get to see Drew Scheckler and Kellen Hook both put on a show, especially in that second half. Both guys were able to move the ball down the field. Just those mistakes. Who's going to make the less mistakes? Going to win this ball game here, as A-Town getting ready to come on out to the field here, as you can see them in their gray uniforms here this evening with black numbers and a little bit of gold trim on those numbers here as well. Now, this is not the homecoming game, I was told. We were originally told that or we thought that it was, but then we're like, nope, it is a couple of weeks down the road. So homecoming will be in a couple of weeks here at Abingdon. And we're excited to be on the call of that one as well for TSSR Game Time Live. Brought to you by MDH, as A-Town won the toss. They elected to defer, so they will kick off from the 40-yard line here and back to receive. Let's see if we can get that number there for A-Town, that would be, for Annawan-Wethersfield, that is number 6, Zeb Rashid, as he will be the main man back there to receive this kick. 12 minutes has been put on the clock here. Let's play some football from Abingdon High School. That one goes to the right side, the far side of the field, as it's picked up near the 25-yard line and taken past the 25-yard line to about the 28-yard line. So that's where we'll get underway here. 11:55 to go here in this opening quarter. And the Annawan-Wethersfield offense will make their way out, and we'll get to see that arm of Dylan Horry. He is a senior quarterback, and he stands at 5'9", 175 pounds. Beautiful night for football here. A little bit of a breeze blowing, but it is a fantastic night for football here in Abingdon as the quarterback in the pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 wide receiver to his left. As the first play from scrimmage about to get underway here. Both teams awaiting the whistle. A little bit of confusion, as you can see there in the secondary of A-Town. But once we get all that squared away, we will be up and running here. And let's play some football on this Friday night here.
On the field.
As there is a player running off the field, so one too many guys out there. So now we're good to go. And the first play from scrimmage, those 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left at the 29-yard line. They move a man in motion. Fake it, the handoff to the man in motion, and hand it off to the running back, Zeb Rashid. Moves it to the left side. He doesn't really get anywhere. That's only about a 1, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a 1-yard gain. It'll be second down and 10, I should say, from the 29-yard line. So no official gain on that play, which is certainly a win there. If you're A-Town, got to like putting them in second and long situations. 2 wide receivers to the left, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 on the right side. Annawan-Wethersfield takes the snap, hands it off to the back, spins away from a tackle, trying to get to the outside, and he's going to get to the outside to the 40. He's near the 45-yard line before he is taken down. Big run on that one from Zeb Rashid, the junior, 5'10", 190 pounds. And he is a big, big force out there on the field, and he's got the first down of this game to the 46-yard line. Gain of 17 on that play. So he's going to be a force to be reckoned with all night long, as you would expect. Him along with Dylan Horry, the starting quarterback. 2 wide receivers on the left side and 2 on the right side. 4 wide receivers split out there, moving a man in motion. Here's the snap. They hand it off to the man in motion, moving to the left side, looking to get to the corner. He's to the 50, and he's towards the 45-yard line. Number 15, Nick Thurston on that one, the sophomore, getting his first carry. And already early on, you can tell that Annawan-Wethersfield likes to use motion, a lot of motion here in the early part of this ball game. That's a gain of 8, second down and 2. Ball on the plus side of the field for Annawan-Wethersfield. Ball at the 47-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As the snap, takes it, hands it off. Back trying to get to the corner. He's going to get to the corner to the 45. He's to the 40. He's all the way to the 30. Inside the 20. Shakes a tackler at the 15. 10. That is a touchdown. It's Zeb Rashid. Big run there. 47 yards out. And Annawan-Wethersfield on the board early with 10:10 to go. A huge touchdown from their back, Zeb Rashid. My goodness, shaking off tacklers. What a beautiful play right there from Rashid. And Annawan-Wethersfield out to the early lead here, 6-0. And we'll have the extra point as out to kick it, Landon Sauer. He will try to put it 7 points on the board here early for Annawan-Wethersfield as the snap, not a great snap, but they're still able to get it down. And the kick is on its way, and it is good. 7-0 our score. We're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening as we are in the first quarter. 7-0 our score. Annawan-Wethersfield, a 47-yard touchdown from their man Zeb Rashid, the junior running back. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's already well on his way to 100 yards plus, and A-Town's got to figure out how to stop him if they want to stay in this one. Couple of return men back there for A-Town as they are set to receive the kick from Landon Sauer, who showed off a pretty good leg on that extra point. Me and my brother were talking a little bit earlier. Who's the kicker? They don't have a kicker listed on their roster. Well, I think they're good. As Landon Sauer runs up to kick this one, the kick is on its way, and the return is going to be near the 10-yard line. He bumps his way to the 20, trying to get to the 25-yard line. He is unable to do so, as the return from A-Town is Tyler Condry. Gets that return, the senior, 5'7", 140 pounds. And now we'll get to see the A-Town offense make their way out to the field. And a couple of guys to keep your eye on, Kellen Hook and Drew Scheckler. Those are going to be the guys that A-Town looks to move the ball down the field, along with quarterback Dre Anderson. As the quarterback is out there, he's got both backs split around him here as the ball is at the 23-yard line. Anderson takes the snap, hands it off, the run up the middle to the right side as Scheckler gets to the outside looking for the first down, and he's going to have about 8 or 9 on that play. That's actually Kellen Hook with the carry, bumping his way to the outside. So an 8-9-yard gain for Kellen Hook. What a start to this ball game, and that's certainly how you'd like to answer the long touchdown that you saw in that last possession by Annawan-Wethersfield. So they gave him 7 yards to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 3, as we are just under 10 minutes to go here, 9.5 to go here in this first quarter. Dre Anderson in the shotgun. Both backs lined up there with him. They move a man in motion. As the snap goes, the handoff, this one goes to Scheckler as he makes his way left side, and he's going to have himself a first down, as that was a good carry by number 43, Drew Scheckler, the 5'9 senior, 175 pounds. Oh, and they gave him a bad spot there. It'll be 3rd down and 1. So my mistake. We are human, though. We likely to make mistakes here. So now Dre Anderson will try to convert a 3rd down for A-Town and keep this opening drive alive. Ball at the 32-yard line, 3rd down and 1 in the shotgun. 1 wide receiver on each side. 2 wide receivers now on the right side, As the snap goes to Anderson, the handoff to Hook as he tries to make his way to the right side, trying to get to the corner, and he's not going to get there, as that's going to be a 3-and-out for A-Town. That's a 1, maybe a 2-yard loss on that play. Give him 1-yard loss. And Kellen Hook tried to get it to the outside, and now 4th down and about 2 at the 31-yard line. Coming up on 8 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Not the ideal drive after the 8-yard carry on the first carry of the game by Kellen Hook. Drew Scheckler tried to get himself to the first down line. He was about a half a yard shy, and then A-Town unable to convert the 3rd down, and now a penalty flag comes out. And that is going to be our first flag of the evening.
Hey, it's okay.
But it looks like it's going to be on Annawan-Wethersfield, so the possession is going to continue. So there's a free first down.
We told him we wanted him in his grill.
I didn't see what the call was. Jack, my brother, did you see what the call was? We didn't see what it was. I don't know if somebody lined up off sides or 12 men on the field or what the case was, but under 8 minutes to go here. 7-0 our score. Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead. Ball is now at the 41-yard line. So the 5-yard penalty, and that will extend the opening drive. As the snap goes to Anderson, hands off to Scheckler. He makes his way to the right side towards the corner. He's going to get near the 40-yard line, and that will be about a 2-yard gain on that play. It'll be second down and about 8. Drew Scheckler on that carry. As it looks like our scoreboard disappeared here this evening, so I'm going to pull that back up if I can.
Here we go. What do you got, Jules? Good.
There we go. Our scoreboard has made its return. 7-0, though, is our score. Oops, now I have 8-0. Dre Anderson with one wide receiver on each, or one running back on each side. One wide receiver to the right, one to the left. Here's the snap, hands it off, gets it to Scheckler as he makes his way up the middle towards that first down line. Going to be about 2 yards shy, so get him to the 44-yard line. Good gain on that one, gain of 5. It'll be third down and about 2 with 6:35 to go here as A-Town looks to extend the opening drive. 7-0 is our score. Despite the bugs here this evening from our score sheet. Gotta love it here. Just always having bugs. Third down and about 2. Ball at the 43. They need to get to about the 45, maybe the 45 and a half. Dre Anderson in the shotgun. Both backs there behind him. Here's the snap. They hand it off. Give it to Hook. Makes his way up the middle. He spins his way past the 45, and they're going to give him a first down, as that's a great run right there by Kellen Hook. Another great first down carry right there, or good third down carry. Oh, they're going to mark him a half a yard shy. It's fourth down. I don't know about that spot right there. That is a tough, tough spot.
They have to measure it.
Man, that is a weird spot right there. Oh, now they give him the spot. It looked like it from up here originally that he had the first down, but then they moved it back, moved it around, and now we've got first down and 10. Ball at the 46. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Anderson in the shotgun with both backs there with him. Here's the snap. They hand it off to Scheckler. Moves it to the left side, trying to get to the outside. A penalty flag comes out, and this one likely coming back as that one was in the backfield. Great effort there by Scheckler trying to get to the outside, but it'll be for naught, as it is going to be a penalty, likely on A-Town, moving them back. Holding is indeed the call. And that'll set up first down and 20. And this was the thing that really messed up A-Town's rhythm in the last game that we did here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. It was the penalties that just really took the wind out of any momentum that they had. Now they're behind the sticks here. First down and 20, ball at the 46. By the way, if you're joining us here on YouTube, feel free to get into the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, and your reaction to the game being played here at A-Town. Love to hear from you. Have a conversation with you here this evening. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. As Anderson takes the snap, they hand it off. Oh, a little trick play, a little reverse. They get it to the 40-yard line outside towards the 45. What a great carry that was. We'll see who it was. That is Tyler Condry making his way to about the 45, maybe the 40, maybe the 48. Wow, that is a great carry there. Gain of 13 on first and 20. So that'll be second down at about 7. And boy, that was an excellent, excellent carry to the 48-yard line. So trying a little trickery. Kind of like that from A-Town here in the early going. Dre Anderson making his way back out there. We'll see what they have drawn up now. Second down and 8. Need to get to about the 39.5-yard line. 4:22 to go here in this opening quarter. Both backs in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the right side. Here's the snap, the handoff. Kellen Hook makes his way right side, trying to get through. And that is an excellent carry by Kellen Hook, the senior. And he is going to set him up with about a third down at about 4. And then they're on the plus side of the field, so a gain of 4 says 3rd and 4. 7-0 again, our score, under 4 minutes to go. And Dre Anderson will make his way out there. Likely 2 down territory, you would think, if it's A-Town, if they are short on this one. 2 to the left, 1 to the right side. Both backs in the backfield. Dre Anderson awaiting the snap. Who will they hand it to? They give it to Scheckler. He makes his way up the middle towards the first down line. He's going to be about a half a yard shy as they're going to mark him at about the 45-yard line. And as I said, likely 4 down territory, especially when you're on the plus side of the field. 3:17 on the clock, and it looks like they may even, well, they stopped the clock. There is an injured player on the Annawan-Wethersfield side, so we'll take a timeout with them. 30 seconds, we're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Welcome back. Welcome back to Abingdon, Illinois, A-Town High School as the injured Annawan-Wethersfield player makes his way off. That's number 62, Noah Berry. 3:17 on the clock, and this is a huge play here early in this game. After Annawan-Wethersfield rolled down the field, it was very crucial for A-Town to come back and try to get themselves at least a long drive. You couldn't turn around and do a 3-and-out, and they were bailed out by a penalty earlier in this possession on Annawan-Wethersfield. And now they are set up with a 4th down and 1. Ball at the 45-yard line. 7-0 again is our score. And now just the question again, who do you give it to? 2 to the left side, 1 to the right side, as Dre Anderson in the shotgun. And this is a huge, huge play right here. Anderson takes the snap, hands it off to Hook. Hook is met in the backfield, and that is going to be a 4th down stop by Annawan-Wethersfield. Oh, my goodness. I didn't see who got through. That looked like number 3, Colin Hornback, getting through. And my goodness gracious, they meet him in the backfield. It's a turnover on downs. Boy, that is tough after the injury timeout. That was a big play, though, for both sides, and now the momentum shifts back to Annawan-Wethersfield. We'll see what the Titans can do with it. 3:15 to go here. Ball at the 47-yard line as 1 wide receiver on the right side, 2 wide receivers on the left as the quarterback, Dylan Horry, in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to take it himself, and he's met in the backfield. That looked like a botched play right there. I don't know if that was the design of the play, but as he tried to make his way to the right side, he's met in the backfield. That is a 1, maybe a no gain on the play. Back to the line of scrimmage is what they say. So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 47. But we've seen A-Town get a good 1st down stop. Now they got to get a couple more stops. They were able to get that 1 stop early, but then gave up big yardage from their running back, Zeb Rashid. 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 2 to the left, excuse me. Quarterback in the shotgun and the pistol. Here's the snap, hands it off to Rashid. Rashid, big hole, he's past midfield, past the 40-yard line, and he makes his way to about the 35-yard line. As what a great run there by Zeb Rashid. I am corrected by one of the Annawan-Wethersfield coaches up here in the booth. 2.5 minutes to go. Appreciate that as always. Keeping me on my toes. Ball to the 37-yard line. That is a gain of, well, let me do some quick math there. That was a gain of 16 on the play. 2:15 to go. 2 to the left, 1 to the right side. As Dylan Horry in the shotgun. Rashid there with him. They fake the handoff to him. He runs it up the middle. Horry does. And going to get about 1, maybe 2 yards on that play. I mean, it looked like A-Town bit really good on that fake to Zeb Rashid, which, I mean, they certainly should. A 47-yard touchdown earlier in this game by Zeb Rashid. And he's going to be the guy to watch here all evening. That's going to open up some running lanes, you would think, for Dylan Horry on that option play. 1:38 to go. 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 33. 2 wide receivers to the left. 2 wide receivers to the right. As Horry in the shotgun takes the snap, fakes the handoff, running to the right side, looking for the corner as A-Town is there. Still going to be about a 3-yard gain, but certainly could have been a lot worse. It looked like he was going to get out to the corner there on the early part of that play, but A-Town, to their credit, swarming to the ball. And now it'll be 3rd down and 3. The ball is at the 30 as we're approaching 1 minute to go here in this opening quarter. 7-0 again our score. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. As Horry in the pistol, Rashid back behind him. Here's the snap, the handoff to Rashid, makes his way up the middle, big hole, he's past the 20 to the 15, he's to the 10. That is a touchdown. Zeb Rashid from 30 yards out, his 2nd touchdown of the day. He's got to be over 100 yards as well. What a start to this ball game. 44 seconds to go, and it is 13-0. My goodness gracious, what a big play from the running back, Zeb Rashid. We'll have the graphic go there on the little scoreboard here. Landon Sauer coming out to kick the extra point. And we'll see if he can make it a 2-for-2 day. The kick is on its way. It is up, and it is good. Zeb Rashid, he's a problem. And Annawan-Wethersfield out to a 14-0 lead. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in beautiful Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. As 14-0 is our score. Annawan-Wethersfield led by their running back, Zeb Rashid. I want to make sure I'm getting it right here. I've said it wrong twice already here today. And we are good to go now. Rashid is indeed how it is said, and we're going to be seeing a lot of him, so you might as well get it right. 44.2 seconds to go here in this opening quarter, and A-Town is going to be looking for a response. They had a good drive going on their opening drive, but then we were turned away on a 4th down play where Annawan-Wethersfield got excellent pressure up the middle and put a stop to that drive. So the kick is on its way, and that one goes right to the return man. Can't see the number from here, but he makes his way towards the 20-yard line, as that is Tyler Condry. Good work by my spotter/statistician, my brother Jack. As we've got 38.4 seconds to go. Ball at the 19-yard line. So we'll see how A-Town can respond, as it's 1st down and 10. We'll see if they try to maybe put the ball in the air here, see what Dre Anderson can do down by 14, or if they'll keep it on the ground. Don't want to go away from your game plan just yet. I mean, you still got a lot of football game left, but you feel like this is a very important possession here for A-Town. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left, both backs in the backfield for Dre Anderson. As the snap, the handoff, or the fake handoff, throws it over the middle as a slant route. And that is incomplete, as that was an excellent play defensively by Annawan-Wethersfield. Going with the play action on 1st down. I like the play call, however, unsuccessful on the pass. 33.1 seconds to go. It's 2nd down and 10. And we'll see if they try to keep the ball in the air using that play action, or if they try to run it up the middle once again. I was almost fooled. It looked like they handed it off to Kellen Hook. 33.1 seconds to go. The ball at the 19-yard line, excuse me. Running back in the backfield, that is Drew Scheckler. As there's 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap, the handoff to Scheckler as he makes his way to the right side, breaks a tackle, and he's past the 20 towards the 25. Excellent run there for about 5. I'll make it a 3rd down and manageable. And that might be the final play of this first quarter. As the clock ticks to under 15, it'll be 3rd down and 5. Ball is at the 24, maybe the 24.5-yard line. That sure is going to be the final play of the first quarter. We've played one quarter here in Abingdon. 14-0 our score. Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead. Back after this, you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
Adams Experts means business, and not just any business, yours. We're the experts in backup solutions, data privacy, and security, maintaining networks or even building new ones, because monitoring, protecting, and preventing network and computer issues is what we do. We'll work with you to assess your virtual IT needs and get you back to business. Trust the experts. Outsource your IT with Adams Experts. Call today for your free consultation.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Start of the second quarter, 14-0 is our score. Annawan-Wethersfield out to a big lead thanks to Zeb Rashid, as he has ran roughshod over A-Town here early in this ball game. He's got 5 carries for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns. One from 47, the other from 30 yards out. As we're set with a 3rd down and 5. This is a big play here for A-Town, just on the left side of the field. And a false start penalty as the right end on that play made a little bit of movement. And that'll be set now with a 3rd and long. Not the ideal start to the second quarter you want if you are A-Town. And again, I talked about it for the last ball game, I should say. It was penalties that really got in the way of any A-Town momentum, so we'll see if they can adjust here as it's 3rd down and 10 now. The ball all the way back towards the 20-yard line. Needing to get to about the 30. 2 wide receivers on each side of Dre Anderson. And we'll see which of these targets he's going to look for here if it is indeed a pass. He looks to his left as he takes the snap, rolls out to the left as he looks to move now with his feet, and he's going to get to about the 25-yard line, and that is where he is going to be stopped. So a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on that play. And that'll be a punting situation now, 11:40 to go. Give Dre Anderson a 4-yard gain on that one. And Annawan-Wethersfield will get the ball back. As back to receive the kick, Ashton Potter, the senior. 5'8", 155 pounds. As the snap, good kick there by the A-Town punter as Potter gets it, and he makes his way past the 45. Still on his feet, he's past the 40 to the 30, breaks another tackle, he's near the 10, and they're going to say he is out of bounds. We'll see where he's whistled out. My goodness, I thought he was down all the way back near the 40-yard line, but he was able to squirt his way through. And he gives Annawan-Wethersfield excellent field position, as we'll see where they mark him out. They mark him out near the 11, maybe the 12-yard line, it looks like. My goodness, what a run there by number 20, Ashton Potter. And it looks like it's at the 12-yard line is where they're going to mark him out. So 11:06 to go. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. As Dylan Ahori in the pistol formation, he's got Zeb Rashid right there behind him. As Horry waiting the snap, takes the snap, hands it off to Rashid, runs his way left side, tries to break a tackle. He's past the 10, and he is tackled at about the 8-yard line. Gain of 4 on that play as we're under 11 minutes to go. Good to have everybody along here. If you're watching, feel free to get into the comment section. We'd love to hear from you here on YouTube. We'll have a conversation with you if time allows it. Feel free to get in and react to what you're seeing. Right now it's been the Zeb Rashid show for Annawan-Wethersfield. 2 to the left, 2 to the right as Horry in the shotgun. Rashid to his right. 10.5 to go here in the first half. Moving a man in motion as Horry takes the snap. He's going to roll to the left side, looking to throw. That one near the corner, and he dropped it. He just dropped that one. Wasn't the greatest of throws, and I wonder if that's because the quarterback, Dylan Horry, wonder if that's because he bobbled it just a little bit there on the snap. All the timing was off a little bit, so wasn't able to get the best pass out. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. Ball is at the 8-yard line, and a big play here for A-Town as they look to make a stop and maybe force a field goal situation. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. As Dylan Horry in the shotgun. Zeb Rashid there with him. Horry takes the snap. They fake the handoff as taking it himself is Horry. He's near the 1st down line. And we'll see where they mark it. Touchdown is indeed the call. As from the press box, wasn't the best angle. I thought he was near the 1st down line, but he was near the goal line. Touchdown for Dylan Horry, his first touchdown from 8 yards out. And that'll put Annawan-Wethersfield up 20-0. And we'll have an extra point once again by Landon Sauer. Landon Sauer's a big kid, 6'4", 175 pounds. This is a big, big dude as the kick is on its way. It is up, and it is good. So, our score after that touchdown and extra point, Annawan-Wethersfield out to a big 21-0 lead. We're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to A-Town High School on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call as we are at the 10-12 mark of the second quarter. 21-0 is our score as Annawan-Wethersfield getting an 8-yard touchdown from Dylan Horry, their starting quarterback, taking it with his feet to the right side, and that play was really thanks to Zeb Rashid, as, it's just the threat of him running the ball. The fake opened up a huge lane for Dylan Horry, and now it's a two-headed monster. Who's going to run the ball? A-Town's got to figure out something here if they look to get back into this game here. 21-0, the return is near the goal line. He's towards the 20, looking to get to the outside, the 25, and he is muscled down at about the 28-yard line, and that is where A-Town will take over, and that was Kellen Hook on the return. 10:04 to go. Good to have you along with us here this evening. Again, as I mentioned before we went to break, feel free to get into the comment section for those of you watching. We will have a conversation with you guys here as long as there are folks out there to have a conversation with. So with that being said, 21-0 is our score. 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 wide receiver to the left. 2 backs in the backfield. This is kind of the favored lineup here for A-Town. The fake handoff, looking to throw, rolling left side. Dre Anderson, a deep shot down the field. That one is nearly intercepted, as that was a great effort by Ashton Potter, who had the excellent punt return for Annawan-Wethersfield just a few moments ago. That was an excellent throw by Dre Anderson, but he threw it into double coverage, and Potter nearly coming up with a one-handed interception. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 28. We are under 10 minutes to go here, 9:57 to be exact. Ball at the 28, Dre Anderson breaks the huddle. Both backs, or one back in the backfield. They send Kellen Hook out to the right side, so that's Drew Scheckler in the backfield. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap, hands it off, gives it to Scheckler, makes his way past the 35, he's to the 40, and he's spun down at the 45-yard line. Big run there from Drew Scheckler, and that's the biggest play of this game so far for A-Town. What a run for Drew Scheckler, and A-Town is moving with 9:51 to go here in the first half. What a great run by Drew Scheckler. And we'll see if that momentum will continue here. 1 wide receiver to the left side, 2 to the right side. As Dre Anderson in the shotgun, awaiting the snap. I think that's Kellen Hook, or is that Drew Scheckler there with him? They give it to Scheckler again, running right side. He's past the 50, spins away. He's going to be tackled about the 49-yard line. And boy, Scheckler again gains about 4 on that play. Give him 5. As this play started at the 45-yard line, so 5 yards, maybe even give him 6. 2nd down and 4 upcoming. With 9:08 to go here in the first half. Drew Scheckler, back-to-back great runs there as he's been able to find the hole to the right side. Now both backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 on the right side. As Dre Anderson awaiting the snap. Here's the snap, takes it, hands it off, gives it to Kellen Hook, and Hook has just been having all sorts of trouble trying to find lanes, and he is tackled maybe at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be a 3rd and medium here for A-Town at the 49-yard line, just on the plus side of the field. 3rd and about 4.5 with 8.5 to go here in this first half. 21-0 our score. Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead. As A-Town looking to continue this great drive, which started with an excellent run, 21 yards for Scheckler to start this drive. So now 3rd down and 4, ball at the 48 as we approach the 8-minute mark. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And we'll see who that back is back there with him. I'd be surprised if it isn't Scheckler. As the snap, the fake handoff, throws it left side, and they've got a man, and he's going to be near the sticks, but he's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 short, as the receiver Jacob Hall makes that catch. And now it'll be 4th down and about 2. Jacob Hall with his first catch of the ball game, first completion of the game for Dre Anderson. 7.5 to go here in the first half. It's a 4th and about 1.5. And another big play here for A-Town as they look to try to get back into this ball game here. Ball's at the 46, maybe the 47. 46.5 we'll call it. Right on top of the tee here at A-Town. 1 wide receiver to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. 2 backs in the backfield here. 4th down and 1, big play here. Here's the snap. They hand it off to Scheckler as he makes his way up the middle. Where are they going to mark him? I think they marked him about a half a yard shy. And another 4th down stop by Annawan-Wethersfield. The defense stiffens up once again. Boy, what a play. What a defensive front here by this Annawan-Wethersfield Titans team. And with 6:58 to go, looks like Annawan-Wethersfield will indeed take over. Man, that's a tough way to end that drive, which started with a big run by Drew Scheckler. And I think they gave it to Scheckler on that one to try to get that 1st down, and he was unlucky on that one. As the starting quarterback, Dylan Horry, back out there, they hand it off to one of the motion men, and he's got a big hole. He's past the 40-yard line, and he is gone. As that is Ashton Potter making his way to the corner, to the pylon. He's in for a touchdown, and Annawan-Wethersfield pouring it on here in the first half as a big run from 54 yards, and it's 27-0. Huge run by Ashton Potter. We saw him return a punt a little while ago, which set up the last touchdown drive, and that is the 3rd different Titan to score a touchdown. They've got 4 touchdowns in the game, and there have been 3 different men to go into the end zone. And a timeout by Abingdon. We'll take a timeout with them. We're back after this. 30 seconds. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 27-0, a 54-yard touchdown scamper by Ashton Potter, the senior, and his first touch outside of the kick return that we saw a short time ago. His first touch offensively here in this game, and he makes a big impact there. And it looks like Anawan-Wethersfield can do no wrong here so far. 27-0 after the fourth down stop. That's a big way to answer, and Landon Sauer boots that one through. And we've got a 28-0 game. We'll take another timeout after the touchdown as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
Welcome back to A-Town High School. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. And a 28-0 score after Annawan-Wethersfield just needed one play on that last drive. 54 yards, the run by Ashton Potter. And it's been all Titans so far. Now, we have seen a couple of good longer drives by A-Town, but the problem is they've just not been able to convert on 4th and short. They've had 2 4th and 1s in this game, and both times they've been turned away by Annawan-Wethersfield, the stout defense that they've got here this evening. It has shown itself here, and that is why we've got ourselves a 28-0 score. They've also gotten a huge boost from Zeb Rashid as he is running all over this A-Town team, as Landon Sauer out there to boot it away as the kick goes towards Scheckler, as Scheckler is going to have the return. That might be Kellen Hook now that I see it, as he makes his way towards the outside, 25-yard line, towards the 30, and Kellen Hook is going to be tackled out of bounds with 6:38 to go here. And when you're down by 4, momentum-wise, can they get a little bit of momentum? They do get the ball back as we come back from halftime, so that's also worth noting. As the ball marked right at the 30-yard line. That is where Dre Anderson will lead his team out, and the Tornadoes will set up for 1st and 10. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dre Anderson back there with Scheckler. Scheckler in the backfield there with him. As the snap, actually that's Hook. Hook makes his way up the middle, and that is Drew Scheckler. I was right the first time. Always go with your gut. I say it all the time. Game of 3 on the plays, 6.5 to go. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Drew Scheckler having himself a pretty good day thanks to that 21-yard run on the last possession. We will, of course, get the stats at halftime. 2nd down and 7, ball at the 33-yard line. Good to have you along with us here. Again, if you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to get into the comments section. We would love to hear from you here this evening. Where are you watching us from? Who you're rooting for? What has been your reaction to this contest so far? So far, it's been all Titans. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. They hand it off to Scheckler again. He moves his way to the left side. He's to the 35. Give him 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and about medium. 3rd and 5. And A-Town going to be looking for a conversion here on 3rd and 5. 5:30 to go here in this first half. And you'd hate to see a 3-and-out here if you're A-Town. You would just hate to go 3-and-out and try to hand the ball over once again to Annawan-Wethersfield, who has been doing everything right so far here in this game. They have not been stopped. So with coming up on 5 minutes to go, 2 wide receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Scheckler's in the backfield there with him. As Anderson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, running left side. Anderson going to take it himself. He's to the 40, and he's going to have a first down for the Tornadoes to about the 42, maybe the 43-yard line. How about that little trickery right there? That is a gain of 8, and that'll be a first down and 10. Gain of 8 on the play. Ball set up at the 43-yard line with 4:45 to go here. 28-0 again, our score. Is there a way you could show the cheerleaders at some point? We'll make an effort to do that after we come back from break there, Courtney. As the snap, the handoff goes to Hook as he makes his way to right side towards the 45-yard line. Breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet near the 50. And we have been seeing some good runs by this Tornadoes team these last couple of possessions. And that was a great run on that one. It'll be second down and about 3. First down runs, oh so important. So important when it comes to your possessions here for A-Town, especially when you're trying to get on the board for the first time here today. Under 4 minutes to go. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield with Dre Anderson. Anderson, he is awaiting the snap as they move a man in motion. As Anderson takes the snap, they hand it off to Scheckler. He's got a hole. He's near the sticks. He's near the 45-yard line. They're going to give him the first down as another great run by Drew Scheckler, who continues his excellent first half. And the sticks are indeed going to move as the ball is set up now at the 46-yard line on the plus side of the field. And if you're A-Town, you want this to be the last possession of the first half. And then you get the ball coming out of the second half. That would be an ideal situation here. But you got to take care of business on this drive. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Dre Anderson in the backfield. Scheckler back there with him as he takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs it left side. Dre Anderson, he's to the 45, maybe the 44-yard line before he is muscled down. That's a 2-yard gain on the play as we approach 3 minutes to go here in this first half. 28-0, Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead. And for Courtney out there and anybody else interested in the cheerleaders, we will have the performance during the halftime show. We will probably just turn the camera on and watch them do their thing as we approach 2.5 minutes to go. 2 to the right, 2 to the left side. Dre Anderson in the backfield. Scheckler back there with him as they move a man in motion. Here's the snap and the throw. And that one is incomplete as they were looking, I believe, for Kellen Hook, who was in motion on that play. 3rd down and 8. Ball at the, let's see where the ball is marked there. They've got it marked at the 45-yard line, so 3rd down and 9. 2:19 to go here in the first half. And you got to think that this is a 2-down situation here for A-Town going into halftime. 1 wide receiver splitting out to the left side. 3 wide receivers on the right side of the field for Dre Anderson. As Scheckler in the backfield there with him. Here's the snap. Anderson steps back to pass, looking to throw, rolls to the right side, throws that one deep down the field, looking for a man. Oh, and he had a man looking for the one-handed snag, but it is incomplete as he overshot him just a hair. Didn't see who the receiver was downfield. That was number 6, Evan Hook, the intended target, but my goodness, what a throw. It was a great throw, just overshot him a hair. Looked like Hook was going to try to stick his paw out there for a one-handed grab, but he could not do it.
Jules, call swag. Call
And, yeah, my brother just underlined the fact that he's 5'8". Yeah, if he was 6'1", he might have made that catch. 4th down and 9, ball at the 45. A-Town indeed going for it. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 28-0, Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead as Dre Anderson, and a timeout is called. And A-Town wants to talk it over. We'll talk it over with them. We're back after this, 30 seconds. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
And welcome back to A-Town High School. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. There's a shot of our halftime entertainment, at least one of our halftime entertainment. We'll have the high school cheerleaders out there, and then those little guys that you see right there, those little ones will be making their way out to the field for a halftime performance, I am told. And we are excited for that, and we will bring you that broadcast right here on TSSR. Let's get back to the game here. A big play, 4th down and 5, balls at the 45-yard line. Dre Anderson in the shotgun, takes the snap. Looking to his right, throwing to his right, looking deep, and that one is going to be picked off near the 30-yard line, as we'll see who came in and made the play on that one. That is Cohen DeClerc coming in and making the play, and an interception, the first interception of the ball game, first turnover of this ball game, if you're not counting turnovers on downs. And with a 28-0 score, 2:05 to go, Annawan-Wethersfield will take over. Dre Anderson was looking right side, but threw it into double coverage, and DeClerc was there the entire time. 2:05 to go. Ball's at the 30-yard line, and we'll see the 2-minute offense from Dylan Horry and his crew. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. Zeb Rashid in the backfield there with him. As Horry awaiting the snap. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Horry looking to throw that one deep over the middle of the field, looking for Rashid, and that one is incomplete, as Rashid was just running straight and as fast as he could. But that one just out of his reach. 2 minutes exactly to go here in the first half. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line. What a great first half here for Annawan-Wethersfield. We've seen some positive things from A-Town here in this ball game, but they just have not been able to take advantage of those 4th and 10 or 4th and 1 situations. 2 to the left, 2 to the right, as Horry in the shotgun takes the snap. Bad snap. Horry takes it, rolls to the right side. A-Town in the backfield, and they're going to get him, as that is going to be a huge loss on that play. And we'll see what A-Town decides to do. We'll see how much they mark him back. 1:45 to go here, 3rd and forever, as that was an 11-yard loss on the play. They've got him back to the 19-yard line. 3rd down and 21 with a minute and a half to go. And Annawan-Wethersfield might just let this one go here. But I think A-Town still has 1 timeout left, so if they're able to get a stop on this play, maybe they're able to stop it and get the ball back one more time here. 1:15 to go here, 3rd down and 21, 2 to the left, or 3 to the left, 1 to the right side. As Horry awaiting the snap, they move a man in motion. Here's the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling left side, a pitch to the left side. They get it to Rashid, and A-Town had that one sniffed out as we come under a minute to go. And a timeout is indeed called, so A-Town wants the ball back here. They don't have any timeouts left. However, they are going to get a chance to score before the half. We'll see if they can do it. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. And A-Town was able to get a huge 3-and-out after Annawan-Wethersfield got their first interception of this ball game. A-Town, their defense stiffens up. And now A-Town will have a chance to get the ball back here. Under a minute to go, 56.3 seconds to go. Ball's at the 19-yard line as Kellen Hook is going back there to return the punt. And I believe that's Landon Sauer back there to punt it away. It's funny, he's the biggest guy on the field, 6'4". You don't think of kickers or punters being the biggest guy on the field. Sauer takes the snap, boots that one deep. He's got a good leg for being 6'4", as that one checks up at about the 45-yard line, and that is where A-Town will take over with 48.3 seconds to go. And now we'll see what we'll see what A-Town can do here with just a little over that time frame, 48.3 seconds to go. Dre Anderson going to be looking for a couple of shots maybe down the field as the Tornadoes look to score their first points of the season at home. A-Town's only scored 33 points this season coming into this game, and did not see any of those points in the home opener 2 weeks ago. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Dre Anderson takes the snap, rolls to the right side, looking deep, still looking as he throws that one, and that one is going to be incomplete. Horry in coverage there. Dylan Horry, the quarterback, also playing on the defensive side of the ball. And the incomplete pass will make it 2nd down and 10. Ball's at the 45. Once again, if you're just now joining us, we do have a halftime performance by the cheerleaders, both the high school and the little ones. You can see towards the bottom of the screen there this evening. Should be a fun show. 41.8 seconds to go, ball at the 45. Got to take care of some business, though, here. A-Town looking for some points of any kind to go into the half. They do get the ball back at the half. 3 wide receivers now on the left side, 1 on the right. Dre Anderson with Scheckler back there with him. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Anderson rolling now to the left side. He's got a big hole. He's to the 50, to the 45. He's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Dre Anderson. There was nobody there for him, so he just moves his legs, and he's got himself a first down, and A-Town is moving with 34 seconds to go. They mark him out at the 39-yard line. What a great run by Dre Anderson. That is a 17-yard run by Dre Anderson. 34 seconds, And we'll see what A-Town can do here. A couple more plays. Try to get them even closer. 1 wide receiver, now 2 split out to the right, 2 on the left side. 1 back still in the backfield. That is Scheckler. Anderson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks to throw, throws it right side, looking for a man. He has a man inside the 30, he's to the 20, he's to the 15, shakes a tackle at the 5, he's ran out of bounds at the 2. What a great play there by Evan Hook, the wide receiver, making a play with 24.8 seconds to go. A-Town is set up with a 1st and goal at the 3. And now they are quickly moving towards the line, trying to catch Anawan-Wethersfield off guard, and a timeout is called by Anawan-Wethersfield. So we'll take a 30-second timeout. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Abingdon, Illinois, A-Town High School here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. It is do-or-die situation here now. First down and goal. Ball's at the 3-yard line for the Tornadoes as they look to get on the board for the first time here today. 28-0 our score. Anawan-Wethersfield with the lead. 2 wide receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Scheckler in the backfield. They move a man in motion. And a penalty flag. And, boy, this is going to be a false start, I believe. And if that is indeed the case, that just is a gut punch. It might have been, oh, they say encroachment. Wow. Okay. So encroachment is the call. I am wrong again. That's 2 here in this game that I've been wrong on. 28-0 our score. 24.8 seconds to go. Half the distance. It doesn't really help out much. Ball at the 1.5-yard line for A-Town. As one wide receiver moves to the right, now the second comes out to the right side. 2 wide receivers on the left side of the field. Dre Anderson, he has got Scheckler back there with him. Anderson awaiting the snap. They move a man in motion. Here's the snap. Anderson looking to throw, and he stumbles and falls with 21.6 seconds to go. And that just could not have come at a worse time. They're going to have to spike this one here on 2nd down and goal. 3rd down and goal now with 13.1 seconds to go. And where did they mark that ball out down at? Where are we at on the field here? We're being on the far side of the field. It is very hard to see. They're at the 8-yard line. So that was a 6-yard loss, by Anderson when he just fell down. The turf monster got him. And now with 8 seconds to go, 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Here's the snap. Dre Anderson steps back. He's got 3 seconds. This one has to go to the end zone. Anderson looking to throw, still looking to throw, throws it towards the end zone. Does he have a man? That one is going to be picked off. It is Landon Sauer making his way back, and he is tackled. And that is going to be how the first half comes to an end. Boy, a couple of missed opportunities there for A-Town. We'll talk about that, and we'll have the halftime show as our score at half. 28-0, Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Adams Experts means business, and not just any business, yours. We're the experts in backup solutions, data privacy, and security, maintaining networks or even building new ones, because monitoring, protecting, and preventing network and computer issues is what we do. We'll work with you to assess your virtual IT needs and get you back to business. Trust the experts. Outsource your IT with Adams Experts. Call today for your free consultation.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to Abingdon High School, Abingdon-Avon High School. A-Town is what they like to call it here, as we are at the half of our contest between Anawan-Wethersfield and the A-Town Tornadoes. And a tough first half there, as you can see by the scoreboard. 28-0 is our score. And it was, even though it says 28-0, A-Town looked good at certain points there, especially on that last drive. Dre Anderson leading the team down towards a 1st and goal situation. However, it was a weird turf monster. the return of the turf monster, something that we haven't seen too much of. But Dre Anderson on 1st and goal at the 3-yard line was rolling out to his left and just fell down. And that just completely stopped that drive. And they were unable to get into the end zone or even kick a field goal there near the end of that first half. So that is why our score is still 28-0. A-Town still looking for their first points at home here this season as they come into this game. I mentioned in the first half only scoring 33 points on the season, and none of them have been at home. Now, they've only had one game at home, so you could say that's not fair, but still they would like to, after a game and a half, get some points on the board, so we'll see if they can get some points on the board there in the first half, or excuse me, in the second half, I should say, as what you can see on the camera shot right now is the cheerleaders trying to herd all the little cheerleaders out there and try to get them all into position for the performance. And it looks like we're about to get that underway here. But, boy, we're trying to get some stats up and running here as well. And my statistician, my wonderful brother Jack, out there helping me out here this evening on these statistics. And we'll have some stats here after we watch this performance here. But it does look like they might be about ready to start things off here. But Annawan-Wethersfield, it was Zeb Rashid. I mean, that kid, he is special. And he had a couple of big runs, a 47-yard run early in the first half. It was actually on the opening possession for Annawan-Wethersfield, and then a 30-yard touchdown later in the first quarter. That was a big, big jump, a 14-0 lead after one quarter. And then Annawan-Wethersfield continued to run there as their quarterback, their quarterback Dylan Horry ran one in. And then where'd their other run come in? 54-yard run from Ashton Potter, as well as the performance for the little ones. Don't see a lot of them moving right now, but there we go. Now everybody's up and moving here. And we'll just sit back here and enjoy. All right, and, just thinking out of the back of my head, we might have the YouTube police coming after us if we play too much of that, but that is part of our halftime entertainment. We're still going to show you it, though. I mean, it is a wonderful show, but these little ones putting on a show here as we are at the half of our second A-Town football broadcast of the season, second of 4. Like I said, we didn't want to get shut down by the old YouTube police. We, just for the record, we don't own the rights to any of the music that is played there in the background, but we just wanted to play a little bit of the music while the little ones were dancing out there. Now everybody's holding hands on what could this be? Are they trying to get them all off the field? We shall see. But kudos to the cheerleaders, the high school cheerleaders, for trying to keep them all in line there. It looks like they are done for the evening here, but an excellent performance by the little ones here at A-Town. We're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back with some stats and talk about more of the first half right after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their health care.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you, and we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family. Sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call, and it looks like we've got another performance by some youngsters here at A-Town. And we'll talk over it, though, because like I said, I don't want the YouTube police coming after us. They're really after people with music on YouTube. So, but it's good to have you here on YouTube here this evening. Feel free to get into the comments section and let us know your reaction to things going on in the first half. It was all Annawan-Wethersfield. Now, like I said, A-Town did show some bright signs, and it was mainly Drew Scheckler who came out there in that first half and was able to put on a show. He had 11 carries for 54 yards, and it was this 21-yard carry that really got that last drive going for A-Town, but they were unable to do anything with it after that. Let's see here. Looking down the line for A-Town, that is number 3, Dre Anderson, the starting quarterback. He had 5 carries for 24 yards. 1 carry in the game by Tyler Condry. He's mainly been the kick return man, but he did have a 13-yard carry. And then it was also Kellen Hook, who had 7 carries for 17 yards. Passing here this evening for A-Town, it hasn't been the greatest day for Dre Anderson. He's 2 for 9. With 2 interceptions, He did throw a pick there at the end of the first half. The leading receiver this evening is Evan Hook, who had that 1 catch for 36 yards, the only other player with a catch. That would be, is that number 4? Asa Stigall with two reception yards there, so 38 yards for Dre Anderson in the passing game. For Anawan-Wethersfield, it is a completely different story. Now, we haven't heard much from him here after his second touchdown, but Zeb Rashid running wild. He's got 2 touchdowns on the game, and Rashid finishing with 7 carries for 112 yards in the first half with those 2 touchdowns. I mentioned it earlier. The starting quarterback for Annawan-Wethersfield, Dylan Horry, he had 4 carries and that touchdown run there. Kind of got wiped away. So 4 carries for 4 yards, it looks like, with that 11-yard loss because of the sack. Any more rushing statistics there, Mr. Stat Keeper? That is going to be Ashton Potter. He did have the 54-yard touchdown for Annawan-Wethersfield. Like I said, 3 different men have made their way into the end zone for the 4 touchdowns for Annawan-Wethersfield. Passing, they really haven't needed the passing game here. Dylan Horry, 0 for 2 in the first half. But other than that, the kicking game has been pretty solid. Landon Sauer, he has 4 for 4 on extra points. So Annawan-Wethersfield doing a lot right here. And the interceptions, they did have 2 picks defensively. Landon Sauer did have a pick. And then it was also number 5, Cohen DeClerc, coming up with the pick there at the end of the first half. Final tally, it looks like 24 carries for 108 yards for A-Town in that first half. 2 of 9 for 38 yards with 2 interceptions for A-Town. 0 for 2 for no yards for Annawan-Wethersfield, but 14 carries, 177 yards rushing for Annawan-Wethersfield with 4 touchdowns. Total yards, they're about even. I mean, you look at the total yards, you think, oh, man, we got us a close game. Well, that is not the case because A-Town, they tried to make their way down the field, and then they came up a couple of different times with a 4th and 1 situation and then just could not get that 1 yard that they needed. And that ended a couple of drives. Annawan-Wethersfield went on to score shortly after that. And then, Annawan-Wethersfield again, A-Town at the end of that first half did get down the field, had 1st and goal, but couldn't put it in the end zone, and that is why they are still held scoreless here at home. We'll see if that can change in the second half. We'll take another timeout and get ready for the second half as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MD8.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here as we are at the half of the second home game, second of 4 for the A-Town Tornadoes. And things not going very well for A-Town, although, like I said, total stats-wise, you'd think with the total yards, 146 yards total for A-Town, 177 for Annawan-Wethersfield. You would think that this game would be a lot closer with numbers like that. However, Anawan-Wethersfield has been able to take advantage of some A-Town mistakes. And, A-Town just failing to convert a couple of fourth downs, which were really, really big in the game. Those could be the turning points of the game. That is indeed for sure. Of course, the running by Zeb Rashid. That is definitely a big reason why Anawan-Wethersfield has the big lead that they do. 28-0. He's got 2 touchdowns, 112 yards on just 7 carries. He had a 47-yard run and a 30-yard run there in that first half, and then a 54-yard run by number 20, Ashton Potter. And that is how the Titans have been able to run all over the Tornadoes. Although, like I said, at certain points in that first half, A-Town was able to put together some defensive stops, at least at the end of the first half. If there's anything, when you're a head coach in a situation like this, when you're down 28-0, you got to look at the positives that you did see. Although you're down by 4 scores, there were some positives, and I've said that many times here in this game, but they got a stop there near the end of that first half. Anawan-Wethersfield was trying to run a 2-minute drive. A-Town got a 3-and-out defensively. That was a very, very big stop, and then A-Town was able to run the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line before things kind of unraveled a little bit there for the Tornadoes. But we'll see if things will be a little bit cleaner for the Tornadoes in the second half, which is about a minute away. We'll take another timeout, and when we come back, we'll have football. As you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH, as we are about to get the third quarter of action underway. And let me get that third quarter up there on the scoreboard so you can see that we are indeed about ready to get the third quarter underway. Well, if it would work, we had it, and then I clicked away from it there. So third quarter about to get underway. A-Town will get the ball to start this third quarter, and we'll see how the Tornadoes. Well, now I'm in the fourth quarter. What is going on here? All right, there we go. You would think after certain volleyball, the number of volleyball games and a couple of football games, I would have this down, and I do not. But you know what? We are still getting this all squared away. And A-Town will get the ball back. It looked like A-Town was lined up on the wrong side of the field. They were on the right side of the field. Now they need to be on the left side of the field, because that is where A-Town will try to run down and score a touchdown left to right as you look at your screens. Once again, if you're joining us on YouTube, feel free to get into the comment section. Let us know where you're watching us from, who you're pulling for, and some of your reaction from that first half, or reaction to the halftime show. That was always a fun show there by the lovely young cheerleaders here from A-Town High School. As we are ready to go. 12 minutes have been put on the clock. Landon Sauer, the kicker, ready to go as he boots it deep. And let's play some more football here as that one is picked up and ran back near the 20-yard line, trying to come towards the middle. Penalty flag comes in. Stiff arm near the 15. And Kellen Hook is lucky to get to the 20-yard line there, but they're going to get called back regardless, as that penalty flag comes in. And we'll see where A-Town will start. I would imagine half the distance, so they might be starting at about the 10-yard line. That is not ideal. Didn't see a lot of penalties there in that first half. As I look at my stat guy, how many penalties do we have there in that first half? 3 for A-Town, you say? Okay, 3 for A-Town for 20 yards. And 2 for 10 yards for Anawan-Wethersfield. So that was it. And the ball, let's see. Oh, that's going to be a spot foul. Half the distance to the goal from the 16. That'll put him back at the 8-yard line, if my memory serves me right. Oh, no. 5-yard penalty, it looks like, from the spot. It's an interesting call there. So the ball will be set up at about the 11-yard line, and that is where A-Town will get us started here. One wide receiver goes out to the left side. 2 wide receivers to the right of Dre Anderson. Scheckler in the backfield there with Anderson. Takes the snap, hands it off. Big hole to the right side as he's past the 15. Breaks the tackle. He's at the 20, and he's spun down. That's going to be enough for a first down. What a great run by Scheckler, Drew Scheckler, as he had a big first half. 11 carries for 54 yards. Give him 10 on that one. And a first down for A-Town to start this second half. And it looks like we might have to get the ball spotted. They do. They finally spot it, and now the chain gain is moving. So first down and 10. Ball is at the 21-yard line. 10 exactly. 1 wide receiver split out to the right side. 2 wide receivers going out there to the left side for Anderson. 2 backs in the backfield. Scheckler and Hook as Anderson takes the snap. They give it to Scheckler again as he runs his way up the middle past the 25. He's to the 30, and that was Kellen Hook, towards the 30-yard line. That's a good gain of 8 on the play. And it'll be second down and about 2 at the 29-yard line. So 19 yards on 2 carries for A-Town. That is certainly a good start when you're starting back on your own 11-yard line. It's a good way to start the second half. As 1 wide receiver goes out to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Scheckler in the backfield with Dre Anderson. Anderson awaiting the snap, takes it, hands it off to Scheckler, moving right side now up the middle. He's past the first down line, past the 30-yard line, and they're going to mark him at the 34-yard line, a gain of 5. It's enough for an A-Town first down. Ball at the 34-yard line. Anawan-Wethersfield with a 28-0 lead. It's been Drew Scheckler. He has definitely been the story here for A-Town so far. Both backs in the backfield, 2 to the left, 1 to the right now. Here's the snap, hands it off to Scheckler as he's past the 35, trying to get towards the 40-yard line. He'll be down at the 38-yard line, gain of 4 on the play That'll set up second down and 6. Big yards on first down. That is oh so important. I say it all the time when I broadcast football games. If you get positive yard, you just got to get some kind of positive yards, especially you're getting 4 or 5 yards there on first down. Just makes the drive so much easier. And that has been the case here for A-Town. When they get positive yards, they can go on a longer drive. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Both backs in the backfield for Anderson. Under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Fakes the handoff to 1, hands it off to Scheckler, makes his way past the 40. He's on his feet past the 45, and he is spun down right at the 45. Drew Scheckler gets himself 7 yards. That's enough for a first down. And not very good tackling on that play for Annawan-Wethersfield. Looked like they had him bottled up near the 40, and Scheckler just squirts his way through and gets to the 45, enough for a first down. 9:23 to go here in the third quarter. Anderson, both backs there with him. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Here's the snap. They hand it off, gives it to Scheckler again. He makes his way right side, past the 50. He's past the 45. Oh, he had one man to beat past the 40. And Drew Scheckler is taken down at about the 37-yard line. 9:10 to go here in the third quarter. That was Kellen Hook, I'm told. Oh, I'm wrong on both of them there. Carter Redfern, number 10, first time saying his name here in the game. Looked like Kellen Hook now that I look at it. But either way, that is a first down, and A-Town is moving. Ball at the 37-yard line, under 9 minutes to go. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Both backs in the backfield. They hand it off to Scheckler, and he is met in the backfield, as that is an excellent tackle there near the 40-yard line. Loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, as Kellen Hook will check back in, as Carter Redfern will check out of the game. Loss of 2, maybe 3, so second down and 13. The ball's at the 40. And A-Town looking to continue this drive, down 28-0. Dre Anderson makes his way back to the huddle. And even if A-Town doesn't score on this possession, they got to feel so good from what they've been able to do. Move this ball right down the field, starting this possession at their 11-yard line. Can't ask for much better. 1 to the left, 2 to the right. As Scheckler in the backfield, they fake the hand. Oh, they do a little end around, and they're going to take it to the left side, trying to get to the corner as he stiff arms. He's past the 35. He is down at the 34-yard line. That's Evan Hook. And Hook is going to get himself some positive yards. That is a gain of about 5 on the play, so third down and 7. Actually, third down and 6, gain of 6 on the play. 7.5 to go here in the third. Ball's at the 34. And we'll see what A-Town can do. Likely 2-down territory now that they're past the 40-yard line, you would think. Just can't turn the ball over. 1 wide receiver to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. Both backs in the backfield for Anderson as he awaits the snap. Here's the snap. They fake the handoff. They do give it to Scheckler as he makes his way towards the right side, and he is tackled for a big loss. That's actually Kellen Hook, excuse me. Kellen Hook has not been having himself a good day. We saw a good day from him in the home opener against South Fulton. I didn't have the stats because we were dealing with some technical issues, but we did see an excellent day from Kellen Hook there in the second half against the South Fulton Rebels. But now that's going to set up a fourth down situation here, and they're going to mark it. A 2, maybe a 3-yard loss. So back to the original line of scrimmage, I believe. Trying to see what the official is doing right there. And now with 7:02 to go here, maybe a little confusion out there on the field for the officials. And holding was the call. I didn't see the penalty flag, but there was a flag on the field, excuse me. So holding is the call, and they're likely to decline that. So a 2-yard loss sets up fourth down and 9. And A-Town going to look to go for it here as they are inside the 40-yard line. What do you have to lose here? Down 28-0. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2 backs in the backfield as Dre Anderson awaiting the snap. Now they move Kellen Hook out as a wide receiver. 4 wide receivers now in total as Anderson takes the snap, steps back to pass, looking to throw, now rolling to the right side. Anderson throws it right side, and he skipped that one in. It's incomplete, and a turnover on downs, ending the drive for A-Town, which got off to a really good start, starting all the way back at the 11-yard line. They get to the 37, but that is all the farther they could get. As Dre Anderson's struggles continue, he was 2 for 9 in that first half. Now he's 2 for 10 with that incomplete pass. 28-0 our score, 6:36 to go here in the third quarter. First time seeing Annawan-Wethersfield, the Titans out there on the field. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. In the pistol is Dylan Horry. Horry moving a man in motion as they use him as a tight end. Here's the snap. They hand it off to Rashid. Rashid makes his way up the middle past the 40 near the 45-yard line. Great run there towards the 46. Gain of 9 on that play by Zeb Rashid. And his big numbers are going to continue. 7 carries for 112 yards in that first half. And Rashid gains 9 with his first touch here in the second half. 6:15 to go here in the third. 28-0 Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead. Lining up near that 46-yard line. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. As Horry in the backfield. They move a man in motion. That's Rashid, and they fake the handoff. Horry's going to take it himself. Actually, Rashid was the one with the ball. They fooled me all the way up here in the press box as he's past the 45-yard line to the 43 on the positive side of the field with 5:48 to go. That's going to be a first down for Annawan-Wethersfield. Rashid with the carry, so they give him the first down. And it'll be first down and 10, ball at the 43. I mean, Zeb Rashid, this kid is very, very special. 5'10", 190 pounds. He's a big guy to tackle. Very hard to tackle. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Horry takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and takes it up the middle himself. A-Town was ready for that one as maybe gets to the line of scrimmage, and that is about it. Maybe 1 yard for Horry. Dylan Horry, the senior quarterback. Second down and 10 now. Ball still at the 43 as we approach 5 minutes here in the third quarter. As they are trying to get a winner of the drawing here at A-Town High School. Nobody will take it. I'll take it. It's not the way it works, sadly. Second down and 10, ball at the 43, under 5 minutes to go. 4:45 to be exact. 1 to the right, 2 to the left, 3 to the left. As Horry in the shotgun with Rashid. Here's the snap. They're going to run an option. They pitch it to Rashid. He's got a hold towards the outside. He's to the 40, trying to break tackles. Hard to bring that man down as he gets to about the 37-yard line. That is a gain of 6, maybe 7 on the play for Zeb Rashid. And that'll set up Annawan-Wethersfield with a manageable third down and 4 as we approach 4:15 here in the third quarter. Zeb Rashid. Going to see a lot of him, you would imagine, here in the second half with the score being the way it is. 4 minutes to go here in the third. 1 wide receiver to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Horry in the backfield with Rashid. It's 3rd and 4. As Horry awaiting the snap, they move a man in motion, fakes the handoff. Horry going to take it himself, and he is met in the backfield. What a great play by A-Town. They were not fooled on that one as they meet him in the backfield. Horry loses 2, maybe 3 on the play. And now it'll be 4th down, decision time for Annawan-Wethersfield after the 2-yard loss. 4th down and about 5. Ball at the 40-yard line. What a great play there by A-Town getting into the backfield. Oh, they marked him down at the 39-yard line. That's an interesting spot. As we've got 3:10 to go here. 3rd down and 5, ball at the 39. 3 to the right, 2 to the left, so 5 wide. Horry awaiting the snap. They move a man in motion as they give it to Rashid. Rashid trying to get to the corner. Can he get to the corner? He breaks a tackle, and it's going to depend on where they mark him out. I think he might have got it. Boy, A-Town had him back near the 45-yard line, but Rashid able to shake tacklers and they're going to mark him about a yard and a half shy. And A-Town will get the turnover on downs. So how about that? A-Town picking up the turnover on downs, and now they'll get the ball back here with 2.5 to go, 2:35 to be exact. Boy, I thought Rashid had the corner. I thought he just must have got shoved out of bounds before. I mean, that's on the far side of the field from the press box, as you can see from the camera shot. We're right behind the camera, and I couldn't see the angle. And, boy, Zeb Rashid a couple yards short. Anderson rolls out to his right, looking to throw on first down as they get it away, nearly picked off as Cohen DeClerc coming in, trying to get his second pick of the day, I should say. And with 2:31 to go here, it'll be second down and 10, ball at the 36. It is a beautiful night for football, by the way. I know I mentioned it right before we kicked off, but it is so nice. Got a little breeze blowing in the press box window here. Can't ask for much more here on this Friday night. Second down and 10, ball at the 36. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. As Dre Anderson in the backfield. Scheckler back there with him. Here's the snap, and a bad snap, and Anderson going to take it himself. And, boy, that one was kind of messed up by the bad snap, the low snap by the center. And Anderson lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to mark it, and they may give him a half a yard loss there on that play. So it'll be third down and 11. Ball at the 35-yard line with 2:10 to go here in the third. Boy, after you get a turnover on downs, you don't want to turn around and give a 3-and-out. Give Annawan-Wethersfield the ball back. And a whistle and a timeout is called. We'll take a timeout with them back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Working at MDH feels special to me because I'm also from a small community like MDH, and I love to be able to care for communities like this and be able to give them high standards of excellence with medical care as possible. You know, some people like to take more of a medical approach to their care. Some people like to take more of a holistic. And I just want to be able to make their plan of care as individualized as possible.
And welcome back to A-Town High School in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening. 28-0 our score. Annawan-Wethersfield with the lead over A-Town. Third down and 11. Ball's at the 35.5-yard line here. So A-Town needing a big play here to try to extend this drive. Otherwise, it'll be a 3-and-out, and Annawan-Wethersfield will have the chance to potentially get the ball back here as the timeout was called, I believe, by A-Town. And we'll see if I can figure out how to work these timeouts. Hey, look at that. I got it. I'm still learning stuff here. 1:59 on the clock here in the third as we are about ready to get back underway here. Came back maybe a little early out of that time. I probably could have squeezed in another ad, but we'll come back here and get ready. It's 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. And Scheckler in the backfield there with Anderson. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Good blocking in front of him. Throws that one deep down the field. Anderson overthrows his man, and that one's incomplete. As he was looking for his favorite target here today, Evan Hook. And that'll be fourth down, a 3-and-out for the Tornadoes. Not the ideal response to a stop on fourth down you just got on the last defensive possession. So now 4th and 11. Ball's at the 35.5-yard line. Back to receive the kick. See if we can see who that is. I would imagine it is number 20, Ashton Potter, who has caused all sorts of problems in the return game for Annawan-Wethersfield this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. 1:51 on the clock here in the third. As the punter trying to communicate with the sideline here. I don't know what the punter is. They're trying to get Scheckler back out onto the field. They didn't have enough men. And the punt is underway. Potter's going to take it near the 40-yard line, and he's near the 45, and he falls down near the 45-yard line. kind of some confusion down there near the beginning of that play as Scheckler was running onto the field as the punter was snapping the ball. Which I think I'd like to think I know football a little bit, but I would certainly have thought that was going to be an illegal procedure on A-Town, but they didn't call it. Oh, maybe they did. Well, nope, they just say first down, Annawan-Wethersfield near the 49-yard line. So that's where they'll take over. 1:43 to go. 1st and 10 for the Titans. 2 to the 3 to the left, 2 to the right. So a 5-wide situation here for Dylan Horry. Haven't seen him throw it much here today. Usually in this situation, he just takes off on a quarterback draw. 0 for 2 passing here today for Dylan Horry. Horry awaiting the snap with 1:43 to go. They move a man in motion. That is Rashid, and now he's going to throw that one deep. He's got a man wide open, and that is going to be a walk-in touchdown. Colin Hornback. Oh, he fell down early. And they might say that he is down a yard short. They do say he's down a yard short. Well, no thing is a sure thing, is what they say in football. My goodness gracious. I had him for a touchdown. Colin Hornback falls down at the 1-yard line. Might have fell down at the 1-inch line. I mean, that is unbelievable. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Just wide open, and he falls down. The turf monster got Hornback.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a missing phone up here.
And it'll be 1st down and 10. We had a penalty on the play back on A-Town. That is obviously half the distance to the goal. So Annawan-Wethersfield will have its 1st down and goal at the half-yard line. They got 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. In the shotgun, I should say, is Dylan Horry. The pistol formation as Rashid right there behind the quarterback. Wouldn't be surprised if he got it. Oh, a bad snap. That is a low snap, and Rashid is able to fall on it at the 5-yard line. Well, that's the 2nd time here today that we've seen teams get down near the 1st and goal situation, and then just a weird play on the first play of the 1st and goal to go situation. So 2nd down and goal. Ball's at the 5-yard line. Annawan-Wethersfield with it. They've got 2 wide receivers splitting out to the left. 1 splitting out to the right side. In the pistol. Horry takes the snap. They fake it. They roll it to the right side, looking to throw. They've got him, and Hornback is going to redeem himself as he's going to run his way into the end zone. Colin Hornback. That is a touchdown for the Titans. What a play there. Running it was Colin Hornback after he fell down. The turf monster got him at the 1-yard line. But he's able to redeem himself. A 5-yard touchdown catch for Hornback, and he makes it 34-0 with 52 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Landon Sauer out there to boot this one through. As the snap, a little low snap once again, but Sauer able to compose himself. He boots that one through, and it is 35-0 Annawan-Wethersfield. We'll take a timeout. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. And I tell you what, kind of a bizarre drive there for Annawan-Wethersfield. They got the ball back after A-Town was unable to move the ball down the field. And they hit Colin Hornback wide open. I mean, it was a busted coverage. Colin Hornback wide open. Could have walked into the end zone. But the turf monster gets Colin Hornback He falls at the 1.5 yard line. A bad snap, put the ball back to the 5 yard line on 2nd and goal. But Colin Hornback gets justice, and he gets a touchdown reception from 5 yards out. First touchdown pass of the day for the starting quarterback, Dylan Horry. 52 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Landon Sauer out to boot it away for the Titans. And Sauer runs up and boots that one into the sky towards the far side of the field, as that one's taken by Scheckler. Scheckler takes it to the 25-yard line, and that is where he is brought down. And that is where the Tornadoes will take over with 47.6 seconds to go here in the third. Good to have everybody along here with us this evening. Feel free to get into the comments section. I know if you're an A-Town fan, not a lot of fun watching this one, but still we can have a conversation and talk about what we are watching here. A-Town has looked good on certain occasions here throughout the day, even though they have a 0 on the scoreboard. Credit Annawan-Wethersfield for their defense tightening up. But with that being said, A-Town's looked good. 2 wide receivers to the right, one wide receiver to the left side, I should say. Here's the snap. They hand it off to Scheckler. He makes his way up the middle. He's near the 30-yard line. Give him about 4 on that play. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 as we approach 30 seconds to go here in this third quarter. Might have time for one more play before the end of this quarter. Drew Scheckler at the half, 11 carries for 54 yards. He had a great drive there, the opening drive of the second half, I should say. A couple of great runs there by Scheckler, but it was stopped short. As we've got 13 seconds to go, A-Town, I do believe, has to run one more play. They're moving men around here. 7 seconds to go here. Anderson, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. As Anderson takes the snap, rolling, steps back, looking to throw. He's met in the backfield, and he loses the ball. And a lineman is able to fall on it near the 15-yard line. They're down to about the 13-yard line. And not the ideal end to the third quarter. We go to the fourth quarter. 35-0 is our score. We're back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. And boy, that's not good news there for A-Town. They're starting quarterback Dre Anderson, a little slow to get up at the end of that third quarter. He did take a shot at the end of that third quarter. So as they help him off the field, we'll take another timeout, 30 seconds. We'll be back after this. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Adams Experts means business. And not just any business, yours. We're the experts in backup solutions, data privacy, and security, maintaining networks or even building new ones, because monitoring, protecting, and preventing network and computer issues is what we do. We'll work with you to assess your virtual IT needs and get you back to business. Trust the experts. Outsource your IT with Adams Experts. Call today for your free consultation.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois, as we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Better update the scoreboard while I'm thinking about it here. 35-0 is our score. Anawan-Wethersfield with a big lead over the A-Town Tornadoes, and things just went from bad to worse. They're starting quarterback Dre Anderson slow to get up after that last play. So now it's 3rd and 21 with a backup quarterback. Trying to see the number if I can get it on there. The quarterback steps back to pass on 3rd and 21. Launching that one deep over the middle of the field. That one's going to be picked off near the 35-yard line as that is going to the left side. We'll see who that is, as that is Dylan Kettleson. And Kettleson makes his way inside the 20-yard line, and that is going to set up the Titans with a great opportunity here with 11:49 to go. Ball's at the 14-yard line after the interception. The backup quarterback, Drew Fouch, the one throwing that one, the senior, 6'3", 200 pounds. But unlucky on his first throw of the day. We'll keep an eye on Anderson, as Anderson I can see down on a knee near midfield. He's not in camera shot, but trainer's looking at him. His day might be done here, down 35-0. Hate to see that, especially on a home game here. One of the few home games A-Town has this season. Only 4 home games. And the next game that we've got here in a couple of weeks, I thought we had back-to-back weeks with football, but I was wrong. We do not have back-to-back weeks with football. And with 11:48 to go here, I think we've got a timeout on the field, and we'll take a timeout with them. We are back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call here for TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. 35-0 our score as Annawan-Wethersfield leading the A-Town Tornadoes. And after the timeout on the field, I didn't see if it was an official timeout or what the case was, but after the timeout, after the interception, it'll be 1st down and 10 at the 14-yard line when action resumes. As Annawan-Wethersfield, led by their big running back, that is Zeb Rashid, the junior, 5'10", 190 pounds. He's only a junior, so he gets to terrorize teams for another year for the Titans. I mean, this kid can really run the ball. He's a tough guy to tackle, too, 190 pounds. That's a tough guy to tackle in high school football. As I believe a backup quarterback is in there. That is Brody Childs, the backup quarterback. And they hand it off, fake the handoff as Childs takes it to the right side, looking for the corner, breaks the tackle, he's into the end zone. That is a touchdown for backup quarterback Brody Childs, running it in from 14 yards out. And another touchdown for Annawan-Wethersfield as they pour it on here in the 4th. 11:40 to go here in this 4th quarter. Put the touchdown on the board, 41-0. Things have not gone A-Town's way at home, losing 13-0 to South Fulton 2-3 weeks ago. And now trailing 41-0 here in this one. As the kick is on its way, it is up and it is good. As we do have a running clock here in this situation here. The extra point is good. 42-0 our score. We're back after this as you're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back to A-Town High School here in Abingdon, Illinois. Wyatt Reed on the call as we are in the 4th quarter. A running clock situation here as the score 42-0, A-Town trailing Annawan-Wethersfield. And the clock ticks now with 10:10 on the clock. And we are getting ready for the kick after the touchdown by the backup quarterback, Brody Childs. He comes in as the backup's in for the Titans, and Brody Childs takes it in one play, 14 yards out, and they score 42-0 here as the clock is ticked under 10 minutes to go here. And out to kick it away. They don't have their backup kicker in, though. Landon Sauer out to boot this one away. That one booted towards the far side of the field. They're going to take it and bring it up past the 25, towards the 25-yard line, going all the way across the field, as that is Evan Hook on the return, taking it to the 25-yard line, and that is where the Tornadoes will take over. As the clock will continue to roll here, only thing that stops the running clock is a touchdown. Like I've said many times throughout this game, even though the score is 42-0, A-Town has looked good at certain points, moving the ball down the field, especially near the end of the first half. But things have certainly not gone A-Town's way. And with Dre Anderson a little achy, we'll see who comes out and will play quarterback, I believe, for the Tornadoes. I look like number 8. I could be wrong on that there, though, but we'll see who takes the snap here. Ball at the 25-yard line as the Tornadoes get ready to go here. Looks like that's going to be number 11 in there. Jameel Johnson, the freshman, getting some snaps. So Johnson with two backs in the backfield. They hand it off, get it to Hook. Hook is met in the backfield and tackled for a 2-yard loss. And it has just not been the day for Kellen Hook, as he has been trying his absolute best to get some sort of positive yards, but he has not been able to find it. He had 7 carries for 17 yards in the first half. And that was not Hook, excuse me. That was Lucas Andrews, excuse me. As the most backups into this one in a 42-0 situation. Like we said, Jameel Johnson in for the injured Dre Anderson. We'll see if Anderson will play the next time that we are here in 2 weeks. As 3 wide receivers splitting out to the right side for Johnson, 1 on the left side. As Jameel Johnson awaits the snap, and he'll take it himself. He's met in the backfield as coming in to stop that play. That is number 15, Nick Thurston, racing into the backfield, causing a huge loss of 7 on the play. And things go from bad to worse for A-Town. 7:08 to go here in this fourth quarter, and now it's 3rd down and 17. We'll see if they turn things, see if they'll let Jameel Johnson throw the football here. As we're under 7 minutes to go, Johnson steps back to pass, looking to throw. Throws that one to over the middle of the field, and he completes the pass. What a great play that is. And we're trying to get the number of who the target was, Again, with all the backups into the ball game. And that was Timmons, Owen Timmons, number 23, making the catch. Still going to be about 6-7 yards short of the line to gain. And the ball is at the 29-yard line. It does make it a little bit more manageable here for Jameel Johnson. A-Town down 42-0, running clock. It looks like they're going to try to go for it here. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 wide receivers to the left. 1 back in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson takes the snap. He rolls out towards his left, throws it towards his left, and he's to the 35-yard line and completes it to his man, and that'll be a 1st down. And that is number 22, Lucas Andrews, making the catch. A-Town picking up the 1st down as we are at the 5:40 mark here in the fourth quarter. Good to have everybody along here this evening, and if you're an A-Town fan, it may not have gone your way, but still good to have you with us here supporting the Tornadoes. Feel free to get into the comments and say whatever you'd like to say as Johnson rolls out to his right, looking to throw again. He throws that one. Oh, my goodness, nearly a one-handed pick for Annawan-Wethersfield. as the Titans trying to see who came in on that play. That was Dylan Kettleson coming in, who had the pick earlier here in the day. Kettleson comes in and tried to sky his way to a one-handed, like a LeBron James type play right there. Tried to go one hand and come down with the ball, but he did not. We're under 5 minutes to go with the running clock. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 47. And Jameel Johnson, 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 1 back in the backfield there with him. 42-0 again our score as Johnson awaits the snap, takes it, fakes the handoff, rolling to the left side, looking to get to the corner, but he's going to be met in the backfield and lose 1, maybe 2, back near the 45-yard line with 4:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. A-Town continues to go backwards as that is a 1-yard loss. 3rd down and 11. And the ball will be placed at the 48-yard line, the 36-yard line. Boy, numbers are hard here this evening. Under 4 minutes to go. And Jameel Johnson in for the injured Dre Anderson, if you missed it a little while ago. Hopefully Dre Anderson, I see him up, so he seems to be in good spirits, just in a 42-0 ball game. Don't really want to risk getting hurt anymore. Johnson rolls out to his right, looking to throw. He stops. Now he comes back to his left. He throws that one deep down the left side. Penalty flag comes out. Oh, he comes down with it. What a throw. What a catch. That one comes in by Lucas Andrews. But the penalty likely bringing this one back. But A-Town still giving their all. Lucas Andrews coming down with that one. We'll see what the penalty flag comes in. And no official signal yet from the... Oh, a block in the back. I haven't seen an official signal from our official, and it does look like A-Town is going back. So it looks like it might be penalties on both teams. And we might have offsetting penalties right here. That does look like that's what's going to be the case. We had one of the Anawan-Wethersfield assistant coaches sitting right next to us throughout the broadcast here tonight. That's who you heard. Not happy with the offsetting penalties. As we approach 2 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter, the confusion.
Offsetting penalties on the play.
And we'll replay 3rd down and 11. So sorry for Lucas Andrews, who came down with that catch. Gonna have to try it again here. 2 minutes to go. 3rd down and 11, ball at the 36. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. 1 back in the backfield as Jameel Johnson takes the snap. Oh, the ball goes over his head, and Johnson just has to fall on it as he is going to fall on it near the 20-yard line. That is a loss of 16 on that play. And it'll be 4th down with 1:38 to go as we approach the end of this ball game here. Likely one more play with this running clock. It'll be 4th and 27. So we'll hope that Dre Anderson is healthy the next time we have a broadcast, which we'll tell you all about that in our post-game show here in just a little while. A-Town set to punt it away here on 4th down and 27 at the 20-yard line. As the snap doesn't go over the head. That is a short kick into the sky. That one struggles to even get to the 40-yard line. That is down at the 37 with 51 seconds to go. That might be the last play of the game here. We'll see if Annawan-Wethersfield decides to run another play. I don't know if they will here with this running clock, but 37 seconds now on the clock, and the Titans not really quick to come off the sideline. Can't say I blame them. That does look like that is going to end our contest here tonight. What a dominant performance it was for Annawan-Wethersfield. The Titans come into Abingdon and shut down the Tornadoes. 42-0, the final score. as we will get the handshakes in here and then recap things as we'll take a timeout quickly. Recap things and send you home next as you've been watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to A-Town High School as we are wrapping things up here in our contest as Annawan-Wethersfield, the Titans, roll over the Tornadoes here this evening, 42-0, the final score. And, I know I said it many times throughout the broadcast, even though they lost 42-0, A-Town had points in this game where they looked impressive. And I think the most impressive drive of this game was near the end of the second half, or the first half, and the start of the second half. So the end of the first half, A-Town was able to get a 3-and-out. Annawan-Wethersfield got the ball back with a little over 2 minutes to go. And even though they were down 28-0, they still had a chance, Annawan-Wethersfield, to go down, score another, and really put that game out of reach. However, A-Town, to their credit, they were able to get that 3-and-out stop defensively, and then their offense ran down the field and made it all the way to the 2-yard line. But kind of the same thing that we saw a couple of weeks ago against South Fulton, just some mistakes, kind of bizarre things more so in this game, more bizarre than when we saw them against South Fulton. We just saw the kind of weird play where Dre Anderson's rolling out to his left and then just falls down for a loss of 6, maybe 7 on that play, and that just took the wind out of the sails for the A-Town Tornadoes. They were unable to score there near the end of the half, and then A-Town, they got the ball back at the start of the second half, and they started inside their own 15-yard line. They started at the 11-yard line thanks to a penalty on the opening kickoff of the second half. And, you kind of wondered how would they respond. Well, they took the ball all the way down inside the positive side of the field, inside the 40-yard line before they were turned away on 4th down. And I think that's kind of the story for A-Town. Once they got to a 4th and a short situation, they just could not cash in. And credit Annawan-Wethersfield. I mean, they came in with a great defensive plan, and they were able to shut down the Tornadoes here this evening. That is why we have the final score at 42-0. As we are trying to tally up our stats real quickly here before we sign off here this evening. But without question, our player of the game has to be Zeb Rashid, who had 2 touchdowns there in that first half. He finished with just 2 touchdowns. Let's go through some of the stats here for A-Town real quickly here. A-Town finishing the night here as Kellen Hook finishing with 9 carries for 22 yards. 17 carries for 80 yards for Drew Scheckler. If there's a player of the game for A-Town, it would definitely be him. He had a 21-yard carry there. I think that was in the second half, start of the second half. Or no, that was in the first half, excuse me. A-Town started to move the ball against this Annawan-Wethersfield defense. Looking down the list here, 6 carries for what is that there? Trying to get our numbers here. It's just the second half. Their quarterback, Dre Anderson, 5 carries for 24 yards. Finishes, I think, 6 carries for 8 yards because he did have that sack later on. 1 carry for Tyler Condry for 13 yards. And then a couple of the backups came in. 1 carry for Lucas Andrews for 2 yards. 10-yard gain for Carter Redfern. And then a 6-yard gain for Evan Hook, who came in the later portions of the ball game. Passing on the day, not so good for Dre Anderson. Dre Anderson did leave this contest with an injury. We don't know the extent of the injury. We will certainly hope that it is nothing major, and he is suited up the next time we see him out there on the when we come back to Abingdon here in a couple of weeks. Finishes with 2 picks, 2 for 11 for 38 yards. Receiving 36 yards then for Evan Hook. He had the big play which set up that goal-to-go situation at the end of the first half, and then a couple of receptions that ended up not counting for A-Town in the second half. Jameel Johnson came in and tried to get things going. There was 1 catch, and I believe there was a catch for Jameel Johnson. Jameel Johnson to Owen Timmons. Owen Timmons had a 15-yard gain and then a 7-yard gain to Lucas Andrews. Lucas Andrews had one wiped away, too, because of a penalty. Would have been a good 30-yard gain. But anyway, those are the numbers for A-Town. Annawan-Wethersfield. Let's see what our stat guy, my beloved brother Jack, came up with here. Let me figure things out. 11 carries for 138 yards, 2 touchdowns for Zeb Rashid. He, again, going to be our player of the game. And then we've got let's see here. Let me pull up the Annawan-Wethersfield lineup here. Nick Thurston finishes with 1 carry for 7 yards. Their starting quarterback, Dylan Horry, finishes the contest with a touchdown. He had an 8-yard carry. Finishes about 4 or 5 yards because he took an 11-yard sack. 14 yards and a touchdown for number 7, Brody Childs. He's the backup quarterback who came in and ran it in from 14 yards out. Passing, not really much to speak of. 2 of 4. Did have a touchdown pass, however, as Horry was able to complete a 50-yard pass to Colin Hornback, and then Hornback fell down at the 1-yard line. And then after a botched snap, a 5-yard touchdown pass right back to Hornback. So Hornback was able to finish the night. He was able to get his redemption after falling down, finishing with 2 catches for 55 yards. The kicking was excellent here this evening. Lucas Sauer finished the night perfect in extra points, 6 for 6 here this evening. And that is a look at some of our stats here. Annawan-Wethersfield again winning this one 42-0. Like I said, this is the last football broadcast for a little while. We've got a couple of weeks before A-Town makes their way back home. It'll be October 6th, homecoming night against Havana. Next week, A-Town is on the road. They will take on Monmouth United. That'll get underway at 7 o'clock next week. And then back here for Havana for homecoming night, 10-6. That is October 6th. We'll have the call here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. But we do have more A-Town sports to call next week. A couple of volleyball contests. A-Town will take on Stark County next Wednesday. That one getting underway at 6 o'clock. And then next Thursday, A-Town will be taking on North Fulton at 6 o'clock as well. Both will have the JV contest getting underway at 6 o'clock, and then the varsity matchup will then follow. Looking forward to that. A-Town volleyball, they're looking pretty good, I will say. They've definitely recovered from a kind of a rough start to the season. A-Town looking very good in volleyball. Those girls are playing very, very well. Well coached by Jessica Lujan. So looking forward to bringing you that one Wednesday and Thursday nights. Maybe we'll see you there at the gym here at Abingdon-Avon High School. But that is going to wrap things up here this evening. Again, thank you so much for everybody for joining us here this evening. Final score, 42-0. Annawan-Wethersfield, the Titans, take down the A-Town Tornadoes. For Alyssa, our wonderful camera girl, and my statistician, my brother Jack, my name's Wyatt Reed. It's been a pleasure broadcasting this one. 42-0 again, our final score. Annawan-Wethersfield picking up the win here at Abingdon-Avon. Until next time, thanks so much for watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.